Praise Lord. I thank Lord for giving me this opportunity to do this video meditation bites. It's indeed a great pleasure. For today's meditation, I have chosen the topic choosing by the God. For that, let's turn our attention to the book of John, chapter 15, verses 16. You did not choose me, but I choose you, and appointed you that you should go and bear fruit, and that your fruit should abide, so that whatever you ask the Father in my name, he may give it to you. In these verses, it's clear that you and I were chosen by the God. It is not we who have chosen God, it's God who has chosen us. And I think that's one of the biggest blessings we could have received in this life, that we have been chosen by the God. If we look into the Bible, looking into all the biblical characters, one thing is clear, that God does not look at the external appearance, abilities, financial conditions, or circumstances of a person to be chosen by him. If so was the case, God would have never chosen David, because David was a person who was rejected by his own family members. His father and his brothers thought that he was not strong enough. If so was the case, God would have never chosen Abraham, because Abraham was married to Sarah. She was infertile. God chose Leah. Leah was the wife of Jacob. She was not the favorite wife of Jacob, but even though God chose her to be the mother of Judah, the ancestors of the kings, and to be the mother of Levi, the ancestors of the priest. God chose Jacob, even though Jacob was not the favorite son of his father, but God chose him. Jesus had his own disciples, the 12 of them, would have never been chosen if Jesus looked into their financial conditions, the background, family status. But Jesus had chosen the 12 of them. God would have never chosen Moses because he had his own physical disabilities. In 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 27 is written that, "But God chose what is foolish in the world to shame the wise. God chose what is weak in the world to shame the strong." It's quite difficult to understand that God chose the weak to shame the strong and the foolish to shame the wise. If we had an option or a right to choose what to shame the wise, we would have chosen the wisest, not the foolish. But God's choosing is very different. In Jeremiah chapter 1 verses 5, it's written that, "I choose you before you were formed in the womb. I set you apart before you were born." So it's a kind of very privileged feeling that God has chosen us even before we were formed in the womb of our mother. He has set us apart before we were born. So, if we look into all these biblical characters, Leah, Jacob, Moses, his disciples, God chose them not by that, like they were not people who were much better than them. They were people at those times who were much privileged, had much abilities than them. But he knew that they would have be faithful and would be trust with God. So, God does not look into the external appearances, abilities, or circumstances for choosing. He looked into our hearts. So, it's a very privilege to know that God has chosen us. So, if we look into the Bible, in 1 Peter chapter 2, verses 9 to 10, it says that, "But you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, so that you may proclaim the praises of the one who called you out of the darkness into his marvelous light. Once you were not a people, but now you are God's people. You had not received any mercy, but now you have received mercy." In these verses, we can put together a picture of what is meant by choosing by the God. We have been adopted as sons and daughters through Jesus Christ. We have dearly loved. We have been forgiven by the God. We are a royal priesthood. We are a people for his possession, and above all, once we were in darkness, God has taken us or called out us from the darkness to this marvelous light. So why are we be chosen? To produce fruit that will last forever. Because in John chapter 15:16, it says that, "But I choose you and appointed you that you should go and bear fruit." So we have been chosen to bear fruit that will last for long, to bring praise to his glory, to be thankful, to put on love, to bring praise to His glory, to bear one another and forgive one another. And we receive the blessings, we have been inherited, we have received mercy, we have grace lavished on us. So it's a blessing to know that God has chosen us. Even though there were many people who were more strong, who had many capabilities, who had more family status than us, but still God has chosen us. Even though God has chosen us, there arises the question, are we choosing God in our day-to-day life? Is God our first priority in our life? Is your heart attuned towards God each and every day? So it's a time to ponder that. Are we choosing God? Even though we know that it's a privilege, we have received the privilege and blessing that God has chosen us. Are we choosing God in our everyday life? So I would like to conclude by saying that we have received one of the biggest blessing, the greatest blessing, that we have been chosen by the God. But look at our life, examine ourselves, and think that are we choosing God in our everyday life? I hope this was a blessing to you all. Amen.